Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast.
An impromptu podcast.
It's an impromptu podcast. We're just having a conversation and we realize this is actually very, very podcast worthy. So we're just going to keep having our conversation and just include you guys, just have you guys listening as we go. So I was saying, my only issue, I hope you guys catch on with it, but basically what we're talking about is...
Maybe I should rehash it?
Yeah, okay, sure.
I was just thinking of some of the women I've come across in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just saying to myself, there is no way I would ever go through life doing what I'm doing right now with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Nyasha, when you came into my life and,
I made the difference.
When I knew you the first time, before we even started dating, that was the scary thing, to just see.
I was like one of her own kind.
Yeah, you see, when you're in the dating phase, everyone wants to believe they're done shopping, yeah?
Yeah.
And then suddenly, you come across this person, you don't interact on the basis of I like you. It's a platonic basis, but the way you connect is just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not from a place of lust or anything. It's about worldviews. It's about how to go at life. So now that I was just thinking to myself last night, when you'd gone to sleep and I was working on my latest project, just thinking, I don't think I'd have done this with anyone else. I don't think anyone else would have stuck up with me and, gone through things or built with me to get to where we need to be. Or anyone would have believed my vision the way you believe in me, and it's something I greatly appreciate. So yeah, while you feel, every woman can build, I don't feel the same. I just feel like there are some women who will probably just said, what, this is my struggle. I'm not going to go through this whole building stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to look for a man who's established.
Yes.
And I think that's okay. To be honest, I don't have an issue with women who want that.
But that's the thing now.
It's good to know what you want, babe. It is good to know what you want. You also need to know how to get what you want. Because just knowing that you want... Exactly. Just knowing that you want an established man is not enough. Okay, what's your strategy? How are you going to get your established man?
So here's the other thing, I think, which is bittersweet for most women. It's probably the dynamics of looking for someone who's established and leaving this guy who has potential and not yet established. Then a few years down the line, you ran off with this established person of yours, and you're getting flames because that too comes with its own pics, right?
But that's the same way.
Then you see this guy and he's now doing the thing,
I'll be honest. There's not a single person I honestly, I had a certain tolerance or a certain threshold of struggle that I'm going to go through with a person. That I said, me trying to build with my man, I'm going to go up to this threshold. This is it. This is the height of it. I will not leave this range of building with my man. Because now
what did that look like?
For me, that just meant... Okay, I know we laugh about it a lot. When we talk about date my family and stuff like that, when people be asking, do you have a car? And people start laughing, hey, do you have a car? Why? What for what? I'm thinking it's a valid question. To be very honest, from an economics point of view, the rates at which things are transported in the economy also go a very long way in making sure that the economy is built and the economy is developing. Good case point, China. China has well-established transport links. As compared to them, where we don't have, it's only now that we're coming across those people with bikes and stuff like that are trying to boost the economy by just boosting the transportation system we have. But if you look at it, it's very hard. It's very hard because we've got FedEx and DHL. Very few people do the whole intercity transfer thing, as you know. So as a result, the economy is not doing exactly what it should be doing. But if you look at China, because they've got established transportation links, they're doing really well. So in the same way, an economy, let me just explain this for people who have no background in economics. An economy is just a bigger household. A household is basically two or more people who stay in the same house or make economic decisions in the same band. So I'd like to believe that an economy is a big household. So if a bigger household requires transportation, why cannot Why can a simple household, not need transportation for economic development to happen? So for me, one thing I had in my head, I was like, you know what? If we're going to be doing public transport, in fact, that was not even it wasn't even what can I say? It wasn't even an issue with me because I had never thought of it. It's only after like Shami said it, my cousin, she's like, Nyasha, would you date someone without a car? I'm like, wait a minute. I've never been like put in a situation where I had to decide.
How old were you then? When was that?
When she asked me.
Yeah.
After we started dating.
Okay.
So, like, it was even my 30-year-old cousin, Rennie. She's like, my auntie. She said to me, Nyasha, could you date someone without a car? I'm like, good question, but I had never thought of it.
Because I've been there. I've been in a place where I didn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
And
obviously your inherent dignity is inherent. It doesn't depend on you having a car.
Thank God I then quickly got a car. I quickly got a car as soon as I left.
Oh my God.
As soon as I got on my own feet, you know.
Because that's the thing.
But I had been trying. I've had this experience.
Because also, just don't give people a backstory. You by the time you left uni, you had a car, guys. So this is not even like
no.
When you went for graduation, you had a car, babe. Like see.
I had a car.
So you see my point. Like by standards.
Because I also know what the other side looks like.
Exactly. So
when I was in uni.
In uni, a lot of people, not everyone in uni, like 80%, maybe half your class is not driving. That's just the truth of the matter.
We're just a select few.
Exactly.
Fun fact, wasn't even my car.
You see now.
It was my aunt's car.
But my point is still like it gave you street cred.
Exactly. I remember my friends once said to me, bro, you are not utilizing this thing. You're not utilizing this thing, you know.
This podcast is going to be called it doesn't let you need the car, Joseph.
Yeah, do you need a car? Like, so when I was in uni, I saw the advantages of having a car, right?
Not for like my baby though.
Well,
if my baby, it does help us, I guess.
For my baby, yes. It was very easy to get to any place with anyone.
Do you know why it was like that?
Easy to buy time, personal time with someone. Yeah.
Because women don't like struggling. That's the truth. Like, we're not built for struggle as women.
Yeah.
So, the only thing now is the term struggle is very relative. Because you can cooking oil, right? Essentially, that's what struggle is to you.
Okay.
So you won't exactly go out and say, Kuti, if you come across a man who's got sadza with muri or with cooking oil, for you that's an upgrade, like major upgrade vibes. You understand?
Yeah.
So obviously now if another person comes about and he's got like sadza nemuri and cooking oil, like sadza nemuri with that cooking oil, for you you're tempted. Obviously you're skewed to go for the guy with sadza muriwo and cooking oil, because for you that's an upgrade. And that's the thing, that's like a human thing. Everyone, your own parents, they go through life trying to give you a better life than what they had. You also, every year you've got goals to be better than what you were the year before. In the same way, even in dating, it's the same thing. You don't go like dating someone and then like your next relationship you want someone who's even worse than that. You want someone who's better. That's just the way the world works. So for women also, people, they make it seem like, are you choosy here? Yes, she must be choosy because she must try to do better than what she's doing. It makes no point, to be honest. It makes no point in her having like struggle of sadza with murio and no cooking oil, then like going to look for the very same struggle she's got. So in as much as I understand that like you want someone better than you and yada yada yada, I think I've digressed a little. I'm trying to get back to my point, the one I was making before I started recording.
Yeah.
And my point was, if you want a man who has money, please stop finding a man with no money and putting pressure on him to meet your expensive tastes.
That's the thing, you see.
But also, like, a man with money is attracted by a certain type of woman. Like, are you the big question here is, are you your man's type? Are you your type's type? That's the question.
But that's the thing also that you will realize with these things.
What?
The more money a man has, you know, there is a lot that then happens in his life. Right? Think about this right now, right? Everyone is dumping Isusu and my stepfathers, you know, because we can't waltz you from A to B very fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Harvey always used to tell me, bro, the day he got a car, like it changed everything
It
for
opened
him.
doors.
Like you can be in and out of a place in no time, right? You can easily buy time with someone, you know, and it's very convenient. It's very swift. It's very in outside type of stuff.
But also,
the downside now is when a man has these things, it also means he's got access to a lot of women. Now, the pool up there now is a bit more competitive because everyone doesn't want to be doing Expressco taxis or doing, Zupcos, So, resultantly, if you're really going to go for your type, your networking, the way you waltz through the social strata to get up there,
And that, you see, like, for you to, like, waltz up the ladder, it requires a certain skill. That's what people don't understand. Okay, you want a man with 10 million skyscrapers. He's got 10 million in his bank account. He's got 35 skyscrapers.
Wow.
Like, it requires a certain skill for you to even approach that man and have a conversation with him. Because you need to remember, like, at his stage, it's not just eye candy he's looking for. He's seen enough of it.
Yeah.
He's seen too much of it. In fact, it's thrown at him every time. So you need to have way more to offer to that relationship than for you to just say, don't be, I'm pretty. Let me I think this is the thing that people actually forget. A lot of people want to marry up.
Yeah.
You want to marry into a rich family, but the skills for you to even like add to that rich family, you don't have them. You think a rich family is going to be so happy that you've come into their house with what? A suitcase for a few weeks, and they'll be like, because you've got a new makot. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
If you want to marry up, upskill. Essentially, that's it. Upskill. You want to marry up? Okay, fine. Upskill. Because you can't want to get into a family that has like multi-generational wealth, but then you can't even open a spreadsheet and like do simple regressions.
Yeah.
It won't work. So I think, my main issue with all of this is just be your type's type. If you want, and like be honest also about the people you're attracting. Because if you want a rich man, don't go and start putting pressure on like little Puna out there. It's not fair.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You do realize it's a ladder, right?
Exactly.
You don't wake up and you start playing in the circles Zana Nimazmari, You go up the ladder. You've got to be humble.
If you've been like in those circles, then have you noticed how like you where you are in life and where you go in terms of like your social circle, they're determined by where you started.
Yeah.
So like if already you've got a head start. You've got a head start over a lot of other people there. That's just how this thing works. And so if you're going to like jump through like lots of hoops to like go into a completely different social strata, then that then requires you as a person to put in a lot of work in terms of your networking, which essentially also when you do get to that top of the ladder, you've learned so much that is useful to the person you're going to be with.
Yeah.
But this is not actually what we're talking about in it. Like before this podcast we started recording.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is if you want a person with money, go to a person with money. Stop. If you want a man who gives you girlfriend allowance, find the man who gives you girlfriend allowance. Not to start saying someone's child is in uni, then you're forcing him. I want girlfriend allowance. Me, if I found out I've got kids and they're giving someone else girlfriend allowance out of like being forced, like you must pay me girlfriend allowance because what show me your CV, give me skills. I want to do audit company. I want to do company audit. I want to see what skills are you bringing to my son's life that he has to give me girlfriend allowance in high school.
The thing. You don't wake up and get these things. You probably start off doing it the conventional way. Those are not we get by etc. But sooner or later, for some people, they've just gone through so much in life. Like,
yeah, they're like, no, I'm not about this life, man. Like,
I'm not going to be doing
enough.
Yeah. I'm not going to be building,
babe. That's fine.
I'm just going to
find the person who's built already and just like help them build further.
Yeah, but good luck, really. Good luck. Good luck.
I'm
saying this as a guy. I'm saying this as a guy.
I think the other thing also, like, we need to get out of the way. Just because someone has money does not mean they're going to cheat. they have more access or like more chances to cheat, but then essentially that doesn't say they're going to cheat. It's like me coming up and saying, babe, because you've got money, you're cheating on me definitely. You see?
No, not that you are cheating per se. It's not the cheating part.
No, it's the cheating.
It's the
Like
competition. It's the competition part. Like the amount of stuff this guy is getting to see, like the amount of women bidding for his attention, right?
Yeah.
You really have to be special.
So like,
you really have. That's the good luck part where I'm coming from. That's where I'm coming from. Not to say good just because his money is gonna cheat on you. No.
yeah, because I was about to question you also, like, bro, like, you need to talk to me. Like, what are you doing out there? Eh? Like, tell me, what are you doing in the streets? I want to understand what you're getting at. But anyway, yeah, I just think for me, right, I actually don't have an issue with, like, people who say, oh, no, I want to be a trophy wife, yada, yada. Like, if that's what you want to do, okay, do it. You know, my own issue, babe, like, my actual issue with all this stuff, right, is... I think I've experienced this in past relationships where someone already has like a blueprint of what she wants to be as a woman or as a wife.
Then she tries to build you into the man that she wants.
Exactly. And you're not that type of person. Like,
or maybe it's just not taking. It's not just happening fast enough. Maybe I will become that person.
No,
someday.
Listen, like, there's a difference between like. Have you ever heard like priests saying? Or like people just saying, you know, like like whether you've got a little, like you don't even need to have a lot for you to one or to. Like if you've got a little and because even when you have so much more, you'll still be as mean. If you're stingy when you've got $10 and you think, oh, just because I've got a little bit, this is why I don't give, this is why I don't share with others, you are lying to yourself. You're a stingy person. And I think that's what like if I'm to be honest, with a lot of things, like when we were like dating, I just knew you were the person I wanted because I could see like, I saw like, what can I say? I saw pointers that showed me that you would be the person I want to be with, even like 30 years from now. Like I knew it. I know it. I knew it from the very get-go when I saw certain pointers. Like, okay, you know what? It's like saying, you know, when a person gets into a pool the first time, you don't expect them to be like Olympic swimmer standard good. But then if you see that they don't struggle with floating and moving their hands, you know this one's going to be a good swimmer. You understand now? So you don't get into the pool looking for like an Olympic swimmer. You go into the pool looking for a person who's got the potential to float with ease and move their hands flexibly. And can move their feet, you know, move their legs and move like properly do the whole body movement. Yes. If you can paddle, then we know, okay, you know, we're good to go. So obviously it's different from, so my mentality is pretty different from someone else who just wants an Olympic swimmer. Like I wasn't looking for an Olympic swimmer because I'm not Olympic swimmer standard yet. I'm not there yet. Had I been Olympic swimmer, at least that's that. I've been Olympic swimmer, you know.
Now that's the downside, you know. We've got so many amateurs looking for Olympic swimmers.
That's the problem now. So like you as so now you have to
don't even know
yourself,
how to swim.
Exactly. So now we need to
I mean,
ask
literally
you.
too. I mean, there's many girls out there who want to be on these scenes with pool parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And baby girl doesn't even know how to swim.
Yeah. So like the question now is, you now need to ask yourself in respect as a beginner swimmer, or like if you can't swim, like what benefit will you give to an Olympic swimmer? Is it going to be like cheering them on? Is it going to be, it has to be like what you said, something special.
Yeah.
It has to be something special because just cheering them on, like anyone can cheer on an Olympic swimmer.
Even in terms of age, generation, yeah, this person is obviously older than you, right? So obviously they have
had time
to see as well, you know.
Like, I'll be honest, I was never open to dating someone my age. And that's just the honest. I was never open to it because I'm like, to be honest, I'm probably doing even better than you doing. So like, no thanks. Leave me out on that one. Because that's the thing for me. I always wanted someone who was doing better than I was doing. Because then, like, how do I learn more or like learn? Because basically, have you noticed ever since I started my consultancy, like you basically been there showing me like, okay, these are the ropes. This is the way you're going. Like, even when I get like a panic or anxiety attack, like, oh my gosh, what? You're there like telling me, no, I should calm down. And that's exactly what it was for me. Like, it was essential for me to be with the person who's gone through like all these things already. I wanted someone who was more established than I was. I'm not saying on a person who was established, although you are. I just want a person who was more established than I was, because I needed someone to show me through the hoops, like show me the ropes, I didn't want to be with a person who would see, like, I'm struggling with even like, okay, so like, how do I walk from there to there? And then like, he also doesn't know like how to walk from there to there. And then like, we're both confused. And then like, now it's bringing contention to our relationship. I didn't want that. And for me, like, I was honest enough for myself, like, that's not what I want. So I never found myself dating within like, my people who are my age, because typically we're going through the same struggle. You understand? We just both left uni. We're both like trying to figure out things. So like,
I think for me, what was different about you, what was kind of off script as far as my MO all this while, was the way you challenged me. And as much as you say you are not as established as I am, I actually feel there's a lot I look to you to learn. I feel you are so much more exposed than I am, and back in the day that used to be like something that would intimidate me, but I'm not intimidated by that, because I know, if anything, I stand to gain from that. I stand to learn, from all the experiences you have. And better yet, I know, our kids, and our grandkids. I know they have you, they have you to really show them the ropes in that regard. I just feel, for me, the perfect partnership, the perfect relationship, have this kind of dynamic where both of you
feel like you've got something to learn from the other person.
There's this mutual respect, that, this person is good at what they do, and I'm just going to follow their lead. I'm just going to learn from them, and we're going to grow together, instead of coming in a dynamic way. This other person has figured out their own, they're still figuring out their own, and the other person is just basically just watching, So, that's where it's at for me. Though back in the day, I wanted to be the guy who's
established everything,
figured it out all.
You see now, and you see, that's the thing. Like, you wanted a certain caliber of women, not to offend the women you've dated in the past, but you wanted a person who you could really expose to things like, you don't know this by doing this. You don't know this. I know this. You don't know this. I know it. So that's just how it is. Like, I knew I could never have worked with a person who was at the same like stage I was in life, because same stage I was at in life, because I know men like to teach things. Like, you can't teach me something I know already. Like, you can't teach me something I already know. One, you can't teach me something I don't find as useful, because I don't believe you're there yet. Because that's just the thing. It's the honest truth. Like, if I honestly believe as my partner, you're not in a position that I want to be in, because the only reason I listen to you is because I see the results. It's worked out for you. I want to be there as well. So that's the only reason I listen to you. You can't listen to someone who doesn't have the results you're looking for.
Yeah.
So if you're like a woman, you're a young woman, and you're trying to like learn more about a certain skill or a certain area, like, obviously it's more attractive to be with the person who's been through it and can guide you. And that's the key difference now, because not every man who's made it wants to like teach.
Exactly.
At times, some men have made it, but they just want to make it on their own, and they don't want you to make it.
Exactly.
And they just want you to stay at home.
Yeah.
So now you have to decipher, like, this man, he's made it. Okay, cool. But like, does he want to help me make it as well? Because that's significant. That's the difference.
Yeah. I think when you actually catch wind of my actual plan, I've told you so many times, the goal for me is to be a stay-at-home dad.
So you're like grooming me.
Who does 3 projects a year, And
you're just chilling at home. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And you're the one bringing in the big money, and dad's just chilling at home with the kids.
Exactly, because that's
doing all the dangerous dad stuff.
Or the dangerous kid stuff, because dads are kids as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, we've already established that Mushamkadzi, yeah?
Yeah.
That's where you come in, Mushamkadzi,
Baba. Yeah, I can't wait to wake up at like 2 a.m. when your kids start crying. I'm like, bro, get up. Baba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're going to be like really good at the whole
I should not say anything.
not have it on record. So
I think that's about it for now. Yeah.
I think, yeah. But yeah, just to wrap up, I think just a few things you can take away from this conversation we had today. It's not a bad thing to want what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, make sure your type's type.
That's all.
And the second thing is...
don't ostracize women for wanting...
Exactly. I think that's the biggest issue, you know? Like, men will see... Them. Exactly. Like, men will come to a woman and then she tells you, no, I am not looking for this. I'm looking for that. And then... It's not an issue. It's an issue again. Hey, gold digger. Hey, no, bro. She's not a gold digger. You're just not her type. And that's fine. It's simple. It's not personal. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not personal to say, okay, I hate you as a person. You're just not what I'm looking for at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, simple thing. So it's like, for me, honestly speaking, I don't think I would do well with the person who is in a 9-to-5 per se, like a person who's also just starting out in the career in the 9-to-5, because that's not something I want to do as a person. Like, I've tried it out. It doesn't work for me. I don't want to do it. So I know it would cause a lot of contention in our relationship. Like, I've got different goals, he's got different goals, and we're trying to fuse those two together. Mm-hmm. And I think that's another thing we need to talk about also, just in like in future. Mm-hmm. I know people. I know for certain couple, like there's this. She's this go-getter, you know. She's just out there breaking glass ceilings and making impact, and the guy is slightly in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay, because I think we've been groomed to think the man must be in the forefront, which is not the case. Yeah. Like you're saying, you want to be a stay-at-home dad. You know, like it's fine to be that person. Like, okay, you know what, you go do your thing. I just want to be chilling at home. So in the same way, you need to, because careers are a big part of our lives.
They are.
So it's important to decide and talk about these things while you're still dating. Like, okay, like this is the kind of person I envision myself being. Because then now imagine if I had like paired up myself with someone who loves the 9-to-5 scene and thinks everyone should be in it and doesn't understand that, like, because I'm not into that,
constantly throwing this,
you're not working. You're not working. And that's the thing, like, just because I'm not in a 9-to-5 does not mean I'm not working. And so, like, there's obviously certain things, like, if you're not in a 9-to-5, at times your income is not stable.
Yeah.
And these are things you need to discuss in your relationship, like...
way on.
Exactly. Because you will find someone will have an issue with them coming in with all the money. Like, they're coming with a certain amount of money, like, once in a while.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're coming in with a certain amount of money consistently,
monthly,
and exactly, and then you start to say, oh no, like I feel like I'm doing all the work around here, like you're not doing anything, and that's not fair.
Yeah,
like it's something you need to, I feel like we actually need to have that career chat sometime. But careers are like a really big part of like adult life.
Yeah,
so they obviously impact a lot of things.
So yeah, I think I feel
like I did most of the talking today.
Well, it's been a while since you spoke, so.
What do you mean? I always talk.
Oh, please. Yeah, so thank you guys.
You didn't do much talking today.
Well, it's not exactly my forte, is it?
What's not your forte?
We'll talk soon. We'll make some more content, so.
Yeah, oh my God.
See you on the other side.
Guys, thank you for listening.
See you next time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, we can't wait to share about like the engagement and the amalobolo and stuff like that. We're just having a tough time to just settle down and like record.
Yeah, get in the right mood for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to take advantage of the morning glory.
Yeah. Oh my God, that sounds so wrong.
Well.